Hi everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative, and today I have a monochromatic letterpress card to show you using some of the new impression press plus foil plates from the summer collection. This card is really pretty, I think, and you can customize this to be any color under the rainbow. You can even mix and match colors if you want to. I'm going to be using the Braided Waves press plate for my background, and then the Delicate Stems press plate along with the layering stencils for my focal point. I love when there are layering stencils that coordinate with the press plates because it really just makes your crafting easy and effortless. You don't have to take a lot of time to color. It's just a little bit of ink blending and you're all finished. I will be working on LDRS Creative watercolor panels. These cotton panels are absolutely amazing for these letterpress techniques and for regular watercoloring as well. The paper is bright white and I love the smooth texture of the cardstock. Let's go ahead and get started. As I've mentioned a couple of times, these are impression press plates. So we're going to be letterpressing with them, and it's important to note that these are not your regular cutting dies. I will be using them in my Spellbinders Platinum 6 cutting machine, but I am not using the cutting plates that come with the machine. You do need a specialized letterpress platform. So I'll be using the Better Press platform. I've added that Braided Waves background onto the magnetic portion of my platform, onto the base, and I've taped a cotton watercolor panel using the A2 registration marks onto that top acrylic plate. I inked up that Braided Waves plate with some LDRS Creative hybrid ink, running that through my machine, and now I have that design pressed into the cardstock. It's so hard to show this detail in this dimension on camera, but trust me, in real life, it's gorgeous. While I have my Better Press platform out, I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest of my letterpressing. So I have the Delicate Stems floral image, and I also am going to grab the sentiment from that same set. Now, if you want to use this floral image on a vertical card, you'd be able to fit this whole pattern onto your card. But I wanted to kind of turn it sideways to do a horizontal or a landscape style card. And I know I'm going to be using my hand-torn rectangle dies and kind of create a frame. And it's going to cut off part of this flower. So I'm using that as a guide as I'm putting these onto my letterpress platform, inking them up with Raven Hybrid ink. And here you go. Here's my letterpressed background. I'm going to grab the Delicate Stems layering stencils. These are just 3 stencils, a base layer for the flowers, and then a detail layer for the flowers, a shading layer, and then a layer for the leaves. Easy peasy, don't even really have to think about this. I'm grabbing 2 colors of pink ink, and I'm starting with a super light ink, and I'm going very lightly because I want there to be a good dimension of color, and I kind of want this to be light, breezy, and airy. So I lined up that first panel, used my lightest pink, and then I have my second stencil here, and I'm using a darker pink, going a little bit heavier handed, and you'll see when I remove this stencil, all of the great shading and the differentiation between the light pink and the dark pink. Now here's the third stencil for the leaves, and if you want, you can add a little color to the center of the flower. I decided to skip that part and just go for the leaves down here, and check this out. In literally 2 minutes or less, this card is all colored and ready to go. You could leave this panel as is, maybe add a little ink spattering, pop it onto a card base, and you're done. But I did decide to grab those hand-torn rectangle dies. I'm going to line that up, centering that image a little bit, and then cut this out using the second largest hand-torn rectangle die, just to give this a little bit of extra texture and character, plus that's going to allow my Braided Waves background to show through. So now I have all of my panels, and I have a landscape style top folding A2 card base. I'm going to use some liquid adhesive and just glue my Braided Waves panel directly onto my card base. Then I will grab my foam tape and add foam behind my hand-torn rectangle pattern focal point. Pop that up onto my card, And this is it. Monochromatic, absolutely beautiful, quick to make. You could make a set of these so easily and quickly. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.